The legendary baseball player and armchair philosopher Yogi Berra put it this way: if you don't know where you're going, you might end up someplace else. This episode answers the question, how do you develop a good strategic plan for your business? Hey everyone, I'm Randy Pennington. Thanks for joining the conversation. I've conducted strategic planning sessions with my clients that lasted for several days, and I've done them in just a few hours. There are times when the plans developed in both have been effective, and others when the plans have failed miserably. I covered why strategic plans fail in a previous video, and you'll find the link in the description below. In this video, I'll share some ideas on choosing the best planning model, and then close with the basic framework I use as the starting point when working with a client to develop their strategic plan. In general, every comprehensive strategic plan has these elements: a statement of your organization's purpose, vision, and core values, an analysis and determination of your competitive position and current capabilities, strategies to move you toward your vision, become more competitive, and effectively live your core values, clear responsibilities, accountabilities, milestones, and measures, appropriate work plans or objectives to achieve your goals, and finally, a way to operationalize and focus effort through the allocation of resources and follow-up. There are easily 10 different strategic planning models, and all of them include at least some aspects of each of these elements. But some models are better suited for specific parts of the process than others. For instance, if you need to focus on developing a vision and then combine that with a strategy for maintaining a sustainable competitive advantage, the VIRO model might work well for you. If you want to focus on understanding your competitive advantage, then you might like the Delta model or even Michael Porter's model. If you need to align every area of the business around the mission and vision, plus ensure that you don't forget a core element of the operation, the balanced scorecard is a great approach. You might use a scenario-based approach to help you remain nimble in a variety of situations, or a blue ocean strategy if you're looking for uncontested market space. I could go on, but you get the idea. And this can get confusing because every consultant has their favorite or even proprietary model. My bias is a blended approach that flexes with my clients' needs. I like how a balanced scorecard approach makes sure that every core area of the business receives attention. And I have many clients that use a traditional approach that sets goals to close the gaps between their vision and their current reality. One of the most important things you can do to have a successful strategic plan is to understand what your business needs right now. Then look for assistance that builds their planning approach around your needs rather than their preferred way of doing business. So let's talk about the basic components we use as the starting point for discussions about a good strategic plan. First, there's a company overview that includes your purpose, vision, and core values. Now, this can take a while if you've never developed these, or if it's been a while since you've reevaluated them. But you don't have to reinvent these areas every year. A review and update really is just fine. An environmental analysis that covers your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and gaps between your vision and current reality. I like the traditional SWOT analysis for most groups. People are familiar with it and it can be adapted to really any environment. But there are times when I've incorporated Blue Ocean strategy and the Delta strategic positioning models. Your environmental analysis also needs to consider your customer expectations and experience to make sure you're focused on what's important to them. Next are goals set in 4 basic areas with accountability, responsibility, and milestones for each. There are customer goals, things you need to accomplish to secure and better serve your customers. There are operational goals, things you need to do to make your business more effective and efficient. There are talent goals, things you need to accomplish to have the right people in the right place that are empowered and equipped to succeed. And there are financial goals. These are the activities and goals to make the business more stable and successful financially. This is my variation on the balanced scorecard, but as I mentioned, I'll also use simply a gap analysis to set goals. I've done a lot of planning with government groups over the years, and many of them have ongoing strategic goals that never or just rarely change. These are based on core responsibilities. For instance, a municipal government typically will have a goal about keeping people safe. It's always there. And in those situations, we focus more on bigger objectives rather than a balanced scorecard strategy map. And finally, we make sure there's an initial determination of priorities so that everyone knows what could be slowed down or even put on hold in case of an emergency. And more important, what must be done no matter what. This helps with budget allocations, and it enables the team to align their energy with what's most important. That's the process, and as a bonus, here are 3 other ideas to consider as you build your strategic plan. First, not every strategic planning approach emphasizes core values, but it's important that your plan does. Truthfully, I really only started emphasizing core values in the past 4 to 5 years. And the reason why I do it now is that your core values and the ability to more effectively live them every day form the foundation of your culture. And as I mentioned in an earlier episode, the culture always wins. A great strategic plan with a mediocre culture, and the culture will win every time. Second, use as much data as reasonably possible when doing your environmental scan, developing your competitive position, and identifying strategies. Lots of strategic plans go bad because the people creating them make faulty assumptions about themselves, their customers, and their competitors. And finally, don't underestimate the need to involve others in developing the specific action plans that affect them and following up to ensure progress. People support what they help create, and results occur when you inspect what you expect. Well, that's it for this episode. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to never miss new content as soon as it's posted. Thanks for watching. We're here to give you the strategies and tools you need to succeed both today and tomorrow. And as always, please share this with your friends, give us a like, and comment with your ideas and questions. And remember, the heroes in every marketplace are known by their results. I'll see you next time.